G'day and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into some incredible tech that's probably already in your car right now. We're going to make sense of your vehicle's secret co-pilot.
You know, it can be a real shock, can't it? One minute you're just cruising along, and the next, the car beeps, the steering wheel gives a little nudge, or, wow, the brakes slam on and you haven't even touched the pedal. If any of that sounds familiar, then you've already had a run-in with your car's advanced safety systems.
So what is this stuff? What's this tech that's making all of this happen? Let's pull back the curtain on the magic, shall we? It's time to get to know the official name for your car's co-pilot.
Okay, here it is, ADAS. It stands for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. Now, you should think of it as a big umbrella term for all the clever bits and pieces in your car that are there to lend a hand. Their goal isn't to take over your driving, not at all. It's to support you, to help keep you safe, take the edge off fatigue on those long drives, and maybe even step in to avoid some of those common preventable pranks.
All right, let's meet the team. See, ADAS isn't just one single thing, it's a whole collection of features. And honestly, you might be surprised how many of these your car already has packed in. So many of these are becoming standard now. You've got Lane Keep Assist, which gives you that gentle nudge back into your lane if you start to drift. Adaptive Cruise Control, what a lifesaver in traffic, right? It keeps a set distance from the car in front all by itself. Then there's the big one, AEB, or Autonomous Emergency Braking. It's your emergency backup ready to hit the brakes hard if it thinks a collision is about to happen. And of course, you've got all your lookouts. Blind spot monitoring for changing lanes, rear cross-traffic alert for getting out of those tricky car park spots, and even traffic sign recognition that flashes the speed limit right there on your dash. They're all there to give you an extra set of eyes on the road.
Okay, so with all this incredible tech, it's pretty easy to start wondering, who's actually in charge here? Well, the answer to that is probably the single most important safety message we're going to talk about today.
This really lays it out perfectly. It's a partnership. The ADAS is your assistant. It warns you, it assists you, it's got your back if things go wrong. But your role is absolutely non-negotiable. It's hands on the wheel, eyes on the road. And you, the driver, you always have the final say. If you start relying on it too much, you can actually get slower to react when it really counts.
So here's the absolute bottom line. You've got to think of ADAS as your backup, your safety net. It is not, and I mean not, a shortcut to zone out and let the car do all the work. You are the pilot in command, period.
But what happens when that helpful co-pilot can't see properly? Because like any technology, these systems are not perfect, and they have a very specific weakness, a kind of Achilles heel, that most drivers have no idea even exists.
So let's just ask it straight up. Are these systems foolproof? Can you count on them to work perfectly every single time without fail? The short answer is a hard no. And the reason why is actually surprisingly simple.
You see, your car sees the world around it through this whole network of cameras and sensors. They're often mounted up in the windscreen or maybe in the bumpers. These things are the eyes of your ADA. And for them to work the way they're supposed to, they need to be aimed with millimeter-perfect accuracy. And here's the really scary part. Even a tiny error in that alignment, something you'd never ever be able to see with your own eyes, can have absolutely massive consequences for your safety out on the road.
-50%. Just look at that number for a second. What on earth does that have to do with your car's safety? Well, the answer is pretty darn shocking.
And there it is. Research from the industry shows that a forward-facing camera that's misaligned by less than a single degree, I mean that's a minuscule amount, can slash your autonomous emergency braking system's reaction time in half. That is literally the difference between a scary near miss and a very serious collision. So this brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most important takeaway of this whole explainer: how you can make sure your car's co-pilot has perfect 20/20 vision and is ready to help when you need it most. And it all comes down to one word: calibration. Okay, so here's your practical, actionable advice. You need to be asking your mechanic or your repair shop about ADAS calibration after any of these things happen. Getting a new windscreen is the big one, because the camera is almost always mounted right to it. Same deal for any bumper repairs or even something as simple as a wheel alignment. And of course, if you ever see warning lights pop up on the dash, it is definitely time to get it checked out. So here's the new rule of thumb for owning a modern car. Calibration, it's not an optional extra. It's not an upsell, it's essential maintenance, just as important as changing your oil or checking your tire pressure. It's what makes sure that all those safety systems you're counting on are actually accurate, reliable, and ready to go when you need them. So, we'll leave you with this one last thought. Your car is smarter and more advanced than ever before, but all that technology needs looking after, just like every other part of your vehicle.
So the real question is, do you actually know if your car's secret co-pilot is working correctly? It might just be time to find out.